came into New York at like 8 p.m. last night. I was on a quick little 4.5-hour flight. Felt like longer though. It was a good flight. It was a good flight. Anyway, today the madness ensues. About 4 or 5 different events I'm going to today. About to go ahead and do my makeup. Okay. It's leaving like an hour and a half, so casual chic, cool. Being away from home, I'm thinking every time I travel, I think more about intentional communication. And because when I'm out of the city, I'm kind of forced to be out of my routine in a way that's kind of helpful. Love social media, obviously, it's my job. How much of the connection, how much of the reaching out is on purpose. And that's why I went through a phase for a while where I just called people, and I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of feeling caught up on my friends' lives just because of Instagram. But if I didn't have Instagram, if you didn't have Instagram, would we know how else would we know what we're up to? It's obviously beautiful how convenient it all is to be able to like see and check up on your friends, but like, I don't know. It's kind of like, if the algorithm didn't serve me this milestone, would I have known? And when would I have known? Obviously, even with my closest friends, and I feel like you could be doing more. I feel like we all could be doing more. It was like something about like the issue, constant communication or something like that. Or it was like the epidemic of constant communication, something. And I honestly, like, is that going to get any better? Is it just going to keep getting worse? Are we just going to continue to have this like false sense of checking in with each other? Is it just going to get worse? Is it going to get better? Are we all genuinely going to feel this bit of like fatigue of like all of our communication feeling so determined by an algorithm? I don't know. I want a landline though. We should all be calling more people. We should all be calling each other more. I don't know. I just know I need to be better about that. You probably do too, so. Let's do a little haul. I like to buy things that feel unique to me and my style, and I feel like every single time I decide to spend my money on something a little more pricey, I justify it by, noting that it's a little weird, it's a little chic, and I love it a lot. So if you're just as picky as I am, but also as adventurous, you might really like this haul. Gloria convinced me. She picked out these shoes for me and was like, I think you would really love these. And I was like, okay. I tried them on and I did indeed like them, so I bought them. They're cool. They give me a lift. And they're just cool. They're just cool. Tabbies, I don't know. I always saw them around. I just never really thought that seriously about them. And I think this is really a case of like, when you know, you know. I love it. I love it. We're starting off so strong. Every single time I've been in New York, though, I've bought something from Miu Miu. So is that a problem or am I just loyal? You know what I mean? Right? I like this. I could get down with. This I like. He's wearing Miu Miu Runway. I was actually walking around the store and I was trying out this purse in front of the mirror, as you do, and I was debating between this one and like a suede brown one, and the chicest woman was sitting down with her Birkin 35. Beautiful. She looks so chic, and she looks at me and she goes, this one. Oh! And I mean, that's not the only reason I bought this. Obviously, it's beautiful to look at, but the fact that she co-signed on it, I was like, you are what I want to be 20 years from now, so I'm listening. I'm so glad I decided on this one. And then gifting-wise, Summer Fridays dropped off a little surprise package. How cute, because I'm definitely using these eye patches and my favorite lip butter balm. And you guys, the best part, cookies. I already took a bite, sorry. Ugh, yum. And I also met with the Charlotte Tilbury team and got some goodies I would show you, but they're unreleased. So I'm not afraid to go to events by myself. I've never been like afraid to go to events by myself. And I'll just people watch and it's fine and I can entertain myself. Let me start getting ready. I'm gonna drink some water and then I'm gonna start getting ready for the night. Deep breathe. And like I said, I'm never afraid to be by myself. I was being served some really good finger food and had a really good non-alcoholic punch twice. There were some creators there, definitely musicians and YouTubers and just industry people. My eyes look exhausted. It's been such a long day. I am so tired. But yeah, it was a fun night. It was a very fun night. The door guy complimented my bag. He said it was really cool. Good night. Tomorrow we have a very long day ahead of us. Good night. Okay, I just got my hair done and it looks so good. Hello. And I am so excited to go to the show now. I was like a little nervous, but now that my hair looks like this, I'm like, oh, so I'm ready. I look like another person. I look beautiful. I mean, I looked beautiful before, but I look even more beautiful. We're headed to the show right now. Doing a little touch up before we go. I'm gonna put some perfume on, Flamant Rouge. Beautiful. Oh, just beautiful. I made it back to the hotel. Well, it started off, we went to the Black Beauty roster. They were having like award ceremony situation. It was beautiful. My friend Glow got a wonderful, amazing award that she deserves 10 times over. It was a beautiful event to be part of. Right after that, we went to Christian Soriano. He's sitting front row at a show. Hello. And straight from there, we went to this amazing panel put on by Her Rising, and I got to speak to so many amazing young Black women, and it was beautiful. And I met so many people that follow me on Substack, read the words that I write. So many people were like, I've been following you since you've been doing your skating videos. Hello. And Yvonne gave me a hug in the elevator. She said I was so cute. It's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a day. I'm realizing the last time I ate was at that lunch, and that was at 12 o'clock. It is now 9 o'clock. So I should, I think, eat food and not go out and drink and do all the things that I kind of do want to do right now. Like, this hair looks too good. I need to order a room service, I think. And I think I'm just gonna put on a movie. I think that's what I might do. Hi, I was wondering if I could place a quick order for room service, please. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Okay. I feel like ending my stay being surrounded by showing up for an organization that literally their whole mission is uplifting other Black women. How much weight does my impact actually have if we're all not like showing up in real life? I mean, when you're in a room full of people that look like you can't help but feel at home. Whenever we get the chance to communicate to each other how much we care about each other outside of the internet, we should do that. You know, maybe, you know, when it comes to people that aren't in your direct orbit every day, sometimes you forget, and I forget, and I'm guilty of that. Like I said, life has been go, 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 go. Especially because I still feel like I'm getting used to the pace of my life. I know that I feel the most fulfilled when I am showing up in real life and communicating in real life. I'm not even like an oversharer, or like I don't think I'm even very close to being an oversharer on the internet. My Substack feels the most vulnerable to me, actually. Even I've spoken about this before, and even on the panel we talked about the creation of my blush and how important it was for me to have, which I'm so excited. I think every single collab that I will continue to do in the future will feel even closer to me. So I'm really excited to see how close to home the next collab is, and the next one after that, and the next one after that. I was really excited to create something that was like a physical manifestation of my work and my community and my community's work and our work together. How important it felt to have something that I think begins very digitally in my hands in real life. It's fun to exist outside of the algorithm, but there is something about longer form content that just forces you to literally sit and think. We know so much about each other. We know so much about each other, but also so little. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I can't wait to be in my own bed. I'm back from New York. Been thinking about the ways to combat mindlessly making out with my own algorithm. I'm not against an algorithm. I'm not against technology, obviously. However, I've found it very helpful
to be aware of when the mindlessness is happening. Okay, that's cuter. Anyway, time limits on apps. It's not a surefire way to get me off of them, but it's a great reminder. I find that one of the best solutions for not just being mindlessly fed updates, the more you know about everyone, the less you know about everyone, right? Because you get this false sense of connection. The less time I'm on Instagram, the more organic curiosity enters my brain about the people in my life. Even if we're not in the same direct kind of orbit, just people around, the general curiosity. And I've found it to be so helpful. Number one, to not have my questions answered as soon as I have them. The whole point here is intentionality, right? So like even subconsciously, if I'm being fed my friend's Instagram story throughout the day and I'm being shown what they're doing throughout the day, subconsciously in my brain, even if I'm not thinking about it, right? I'm like, oh, I'm caught up on their life. And I don't know where that's come from, but I know it's come from Instagram. And I know that all sounds like a duh common sense thing, but you'd be surprised at how much the algorithm is hacking our brains to think that we are obviously more connected than we are, because you don't even think about it, but you're like, wait, hold on, we actually haven't spoken in a while. How did that much time pass? Oh, it's because I'm being spoon-fed your day. So subconsciously, I'm like, oh, I know what you've been up to. We've connected. We haven't connected. I've talked about this in my last video about being chic. Starting the day and ending the day without social media, game changer. The first 60 minutes of your day, I've picked up Sudoku since that video. I am no expert, but my brain, it feels like less mush. That's it, just being aware and being mindful of when I'm being mindless. So actually what I've started doing, don't hate me friends, don't hate me, I've started muting some stories from friends of mine, close friends of mine, especially friends of mine that also have social media jobs or jobs that require them to post on social media. And it won't be a long-term mute. It'll be a mute for like maybe a week, 2 weeks, and I'll circle back and unmute, and then I'll mute again for a week. Because what's been really helpful about that is I missed them. Like the privilege of missing, genuinely missing somebody, I think is something that has and is becoming a lost form, a lost art. And God, it's so nice. Because then when we're able to hang out in real life and talk in person or go on the phone and talk about our days, there is something there that isn't diluted by what the algorithm is spoon feeding me that day, you know? And also I know that because this is my job, for a lot of my friends, this is also their job. So what we post, sometimes you have to post. Sometimes you feel like you must post. And also sometimes it's to like a general audience, right? I mean, they're close friends, but that's still not the same. Most of the content is kind of pushed out to general audiences. So for my closest relationships, I have found that kind of muting that and has been so helpful. Muting is not always negative. The key to feeling more connected is withdrawing a little bit, allowing yourself to miss somebody, allowing your questions to not be answered right away, that delayed kind of gratification, satisfaction, whatever, helpful. Waking up in the morning and your first dose of serotonin not being your phone, delaying that, helpful. I am no expert, but these are things that have actually helped me feel, especially the more that this becomes my job, the more that this work becomes my work, it's only going to get worse, right? I'm only going to be entrenched in the social media network of it all. But these are things and tips and habits that I've been experimenting with that have been helpful, but I'd love to learn some of the ways that you've interacted with your own social network, digital and otherwise, in ways that feel healthy, in ways that feel sustainable. We're only ever going to become more, intermingled digitally. So I find it interesting to find different habits, to find different ways to allow the organic curiosity and the organic feeling of missing people happen more often. And I've found that to be really helpful.
Okay, we might have to do that one more time.